Hey, good evening. It's Larry the Lion late night edition. Testing this out. We had some fun last night. Since I can't sleep, I'm gonna be doing this for until I get tired every night. Um, so let me send a couple invites out here to a couple friends. Da-da-da, da-da-da. And I could send it to a whole bunch of people, but I don't know if I want to do all that. It's all crazy. I'm gonna just send it to people that are online. Uh, duh, uh, if I see a little green light on Facebook Messenger, I'm gonna send you an invite. Uh huh. Let's see. There we go. There's Karen. She's really awesome. Nathaniel, Denise. Christine Renee. I'm just going down my list. Anybody's got a green light on one of my friends' list is getting an invite right now to this. Oh, that's it. So there's like a bunch on there. I just sent that out. So last night we had some fun on here. There was a lot of people. I think, especially on the West Coast, it's only like 9 o'clock. I started at 11:35 last night and went till about 1:15, 1:30, somewhere in there. So look, half my head's cut off with the green. I need a green screen. Anyone want to chip in and get me a green screen? That'd be great. So I'm just kind of wrapping up my day here and talking about the future. So, yeah, that's a little bit different like that. Let me see. Let me fix this up. See, it's like that. Oh, I'm over here now. Bam. That's not gonna work. Playing with the camera there. Yeah, it's without the green screen, you get a lot of little splotches in there and stuff. That's kind of better, but I don't like that too much. I don't know. That's a little bit better like that. Seems a little more. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So, anyways, let me see if I can invite anybody else. Let's go to share this to WhatsApp. My friends on WhatsApp. I might get a couple from there. I'll share it there too. Listen to Joel Jurgle. So that's gone. And who's got archived here? I got this stuff archived. Bam! They'll probably delete it out of the CS3 cash flow thing. Let me see. I'm gonna share here to. Yeah, it was last night was fun. Joelle was on here, Pansy, a whole bunch of people around here. And yeah, come join me. Come test out the late night. Let me just put a message that come test out the new late night edition. It's just me talking episode. Damn. There we go. So we got one viewer. Who is it? Where are you from? This is 20 questions interrogation. I can see you through your camera on your computer. So you better say something in the comments. I'm just kidding. I can't see you. But wouldn't that be fucked up if you could? Be like, oh my god, I got no underwear on. I don't know why you'd be sitting there with no underwear on your camera. Well, you might be. Wow, I got this big old screensaver. There's like a couple of manatees. Pretty trippy. They look like manatees. Those are some weird looking things. Manatees. You ever see manatees? in the wild. So late night Larry the Lion Live edition. I should maybe make another background for it, possibly. But last night we were going through my Facebook page and my Facebook memories, and there was this picture of me. Oh, I was gonna make that post on Facebook. I'm still gonna make it right now after this is over, because this will. I'm glad I made it. I'm gonna make it after this, because that picture, I was like 485, 490 pounds, like almost 500 pounds. Really weird. Um, so I got a friend. Her name's Aliana Perez, and she does forex trading. It's not crypto, but it's forex. But she uses an algorithm and a trading software, and I'm trying to help her promote her business. There's also other people's businesses I'm trying to help promote, like Tracy Thompson from Protege. I also have Christina Butler from Xavion Energy. And I got some other people that want me to promote them as well. So on Saturdays, we're going to do, it's going to be the Lion's Den. My first guest is going to be Jesse Stanton, because he came up with the name, and Pace Morby and me came up with the idea. So when I was at the Dealmaker event, it was Saturday morning when Pace was speaking on stage, and it was really cool. This is really interesting. Pace was talking, and he was talking about how he's making clones of himself. And turn this down a little bit. So he's making clones of himself by people that start these podcasts. You know, they're sharing value. They're educating people. They're trying to be like our mentor, our hero, our man in charge, Pace Morby. So, yeah, there was a lot of value in that day. But when I raised my hand up, holding it up, waiting, I'm like, and it was really cool. Pace like he points to me, he goes, "I'll get to your question next, Larry." There's like 180 people there, and he knew my name, and like a whole bunch of them were sub 2 students. I'd say about 30-40% of them were sub 2 students in there, and it was really cool to have Pace call me by my name in front of everybody, in front of legends like Munif, Keston Glasgow, the Handsome Brothers, the Bash Brothers, Tyler Townsley, Martin Miner, all these people that were legends in the sub 2 community that I'd been looking up to for a year, and it was really cool when Pace called me out by that. But anyways, so Pace had said, he's making clones, and he's going to come on our podcast. Any sub 2 students, only his students, they have to have at least 50 episodes, and he's going to come on. So I asked him later on in the afternoon if he would come on for my 100th episode. I think that'd be really cool. Now, I don't know, maybe it might be next year. It might be 50 episodes of the Lion's Den, which might start next week. But yeah, we had a little bit more people here a lot earlier last night. We got some good reviews last night. There's a lot of people that joined in on the podcast last night. But yeah, so I haven't been sleeping. I didn't sleep again last night. It was like at least 4:30 before I could fall asleep. And then when I do, I sleep, and I'm literally going to take 4 melatonin, and I'll wake up in an hour. I don't know why. It doesn't do anything for me anymore. I mean, I fall asleep like right away, like 20 minutes after taking it, but I wake up and I feel like I've slept all day, so I'm still up. It's very complicated. But anyway, so I didn't get the job yesterday at the smoke shop, which I really didn't want, because they got that kratom shit there, which is like some natural leaf that produced the same effect as Oxycontin and heroin, which is bad for me. And then they have the kava shit, which is like high like cocaine. Why would I want to work in that spot? You know, and it just it wasn't. God didn't want me to work there, but my very first sub 2 student friend that I met last year at the Clever Summit. She's my very first friend. Her and her husband, Robert Lewis, Christina Gian Gasparo. I can never say her last name right. Um, they're both nurses. I love them both for being nurses. I love every nurse on earth. Thank you all for being nurses. I'm so grateful for everybody that is a nurse. And if I know you're a nurse, I'm grateful for that. But she said that she's looking out. There's a lot of people that watch my stories but don't tell me they're watching it. They don't come on here. They don't post in the comments, but they're still watching. They might go back later after it's not been on air and see it for a few minutes. Like I can see the average, like the watch time and stuff, with viewers, but if you don't comment, I don't know that you watched it. I don't know, you could be watching on YouTube or Facebook Live or on Twitter or my Facebook page, Larry the Lion business page, or the Gator Method page, Gator Lending page. So I don't know who's watching, when they're watching, but I can see little things where someone's up here watching. There's a little eyeball thing with says 0 right now. So there's nobody watching right now this very second. But anyways, Christina messaged me. She goes, "Hey, my health club needs somebody looking for a job." So I tried calling her, but she didn't answer. And I sent her a message. She hasn't responded. She might be working. But I called the health club. That would be so perfect. So where I live here, this multifamily here, it's right in front, like out the front door is where the bus comes. So I can literally just walk out on the bus and go. I really need a green screen. I can just walk out the front door, catch the bus, and get on there and go to the health club. And that would be perfect work day. You don't need me full time, just part time. I don't know what it's gonna be paying an hour. Let's hope for like 15. That'd be awesome. $15 an hour. Yes, that'd be great. That's all I need is something just to pay the bills, so I can focus clearly on what I'm doing with the real estate investing and being on Arch with Sam singing those 150 other sub 2 students and Cody Rose. We didn't have a team meeting today, but I had a team meeting for like 6 hours inside Discord where I was calling properties and people were listening. I'm calling agents. People were listening to my calls. It's great for feedback for me. I made some mistakes. Anyways, so I was talking way too much instead of letting them talk more. I kind of like vomit on people, like blah, 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 talking too much. But I'm a talker. I'm a storyteller. That's my superpower. This might be not the best camera angle. Let me pull it up a little bit more. Still getting like a little head distortion there. It's like it's in the multiverse. You see that? That was pretty weird. You see that? Watch, let's do it again. That's the multiverse. We're like in a different warp field. Somebody's gonna be like, "Wow, that dude's fucked up." Trust me, I'm not. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't do drugs ever again. But anyway, so I'm gonna get up and get on the bus, go to the health club, family fitness centers or something. It's in Newport Richie. My friend Christina, my very first friend in sub 2 that I met at Clever Summit, her and her husband, she told me that they were hiring today. She sent me a Facebook message. Yeah, I really need a green screen. Something it's really off. Let me see if I can. If I shut the light off, does that help? No, it's still the same. Maybe I'll change the color of the light. Yeah, it's still the green screen. I gotta get a green screen. So 3 viewers. Where are you from? It's like I have the Facebook. What is that? Oh, interesting. They kind of changed the layout of StreamYard here, so little different things on here. But so yeah, hopefully I'll get that job tomorrow. Because I still don't have my rent money, but I'm close. Anyways, um, I'm really excited about that. That would be a perfect thing for me, where I could get back on the 75 hard, go to work there, do 45 minutes workout in there after I work, maybe do a 45-minute walk or something in the morning. 75 hard is fucking hard. 90 minutes. Well, it's not hard, but having a W-2 and then being full-time real estate investing on top of that, like today I put in a good straight 9.5 hours, starting with the podcast at 12:30. I literally was done like 10 o'clock. So I was on a podcast for hour, and then I was on the phones calling agents, looking up the properties, trying to get these agents to get the seller financing, get their sellers. And I was doing it in Discord for Team Arch. So I'm grinding, I'm working. It's just only I can see that I'm working. But when I'm doing it live in Discord or live like on here, other people can see it. But I always feel like when I do these podcasts and I've talked to somebody, I feel like they should have already seen what I was doing because I broadcasted here into the world on YouTube. But this is one of the weird mindset things, When you start doing things like this, you assume everybody's seen you when maybe only a handful of people have, like literally like 5 people or something, sometimes. Uh, but I guess I had like if I kept track of the counter of how many times the number has changed up and went from 1, 2 to 0, like there's 2 people watching right now. I don't know what platform you're watching from. You could be on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Um, I don't know. It doesn't let me know that, but I can see you through the camera. Just kidding. Oh, see, one person bounced when I said that. I don't know. I can't see you. Yes, I can. Just kidding. But so this is the late night edition of Larry the Lion Live. I got no comments. No, none of my regulars are here. Um, it worked good last night, so I was kind of excited last night when I did it last night. And I'm gonna test it out for the rest of the week, maybe next week, and see how it goes. It might be too much for me, but right now, since I'm not sleeping anyways, I'd be just tossing and turning. Maybe this will burn some more of the energy off that I have. I might be drinking too much coffee because that's all I do is drink coffee all day long. Ooh, there's a couple grounds in there. Look at that. I had too much coffee today. Um, Actually, I don't mind coffee grounds. You ever have like those coffee ice cream, or they're like chocolate rolled in espresso? Those are pretty good. I like that stuff. Or like espresso nuts. Again, crazy stuff. And the funny thing is, till a year ago, when I started this journey, I never drank coffee. Literally, I didn't. Let me retract it. When I did drink coffee, it was an iced mocha chocolate mocha thing from McDonald's. My favorite all-time breakfast is hands down, unequivocally, 2 egg muffins, 2 hash browns, and a grande iced mocha cappuccino or coffee at McDonald's. My all-time favorite breakfast. I love it. I mean, that's great on a road trip. It's just like it's the best time to eat it. Like 5:30 in the morning, like you're driving across country. I looked forward to that moment too when it was breakfast time and I've been driving all night. I've done some really long road trips across country. Um, that's the greatest breakfast there is. Get baked a little bit, and have that breakfast. It was amazing. That was fun. But it was really weird today in Discord with Team March. A lot of those Sub 2 students I don't know or haven't interacted with, or some of them are really new. Some just haven't crossed their path until now. So it's been really interesting that when I'm doing in the live office, we call it the virtual chat, the community one, or Alpha Team. I'm on Alpha Team, of course. I'm on the A Team. Yes, I love it when a plan comes together. Annabelle Smith. Today, I think four different people. Well, 2 times yesterday. Soul Mustafa called him, or no, wait, 3 times. Andres Blandon, great guy from Orlando. He's a recruiter. He's new to investing. I hooked him up with Matt Munson last night. Matt Munson's one of the best closers in Sub 2. Matt's been following me since the middle of last year. I got in a conversation with him, and I figured, Soul Mustafa, he's an amazing guy too. I met at the Deal Maker. He's been following my journey, and I had a really long conversation with each one of them. Then there was 3 people today in Discord, and I got to share my journey. The whole, not the whole thing, but a very big chunk of it with each one, because they don't know my story. And when I have somebody one-on-one and I'm telling my story, I tend to go a little bit deeper in what I do here. Each time it's a little bit different, but I don't really have a short version of my story. I do, but I don't. But that's the whole reason I do this. It's like I said this morning. I don't do this for gaining an audience to be monetized by YouTube. I don't do this for popularity. I don't do it for likes and hearts, but I like them though. I haven't got any yet. I've been here for 22 minutes now. Wow, that was really quick. But no hearts and likes. I had a bunch of people come and go. And there's 1 viewer, 2 viewers. But I don't do this for the likes and hearts and monetization. I do this for me and for anybody in the future that might see me. Because if you go back and look when I started in December, you'll see changes. You'll see ways I've done things. I have segued into the start of the music and stuff, or the background. I really like that background. I made that myself. Do you guys like it? I hope so. I took the pink from, if you look at everybody else's podcast and Sub 2, they all got some pink behind them. I'd like to get that made into a mural, so I could put it like that. I think it'd look a lot better with a green screen, but I don't have a green screen right now. So anyway, so I got to get up for that job interview. I just wanted to burn off a little more energy that I had here, and if you look back at the podcast where it started in Josh Keating's basement in Ohio, I had a different background there with the Christmas lights and stuff. I have come a long way where I was a year ago, 13 months and 2 weeks ago. It's March 30th. Holy shit. Anyways, I just wanted to come on here for a little bit, burn off a little extra energy. 12/22 with 3/30/2023. Whoa. 333-222. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyways, yeah, so I gotta get up early. I want to get there and talk to the manager, and I need your prayers for me that I get hired there, because that would be perfect. I can just hop on the bus, boom, Newport Richie, go to get my work in, do a job, W-2, pay the bills, and be stress free. As long as I got somewhere to sleep, with bills paid, a little bit of a job, so I can just do my real estate investing. Then I can start really focusing it, because it's really hard with the distractions and being anxious and worrying to focus a lot of times. And it's part of the reason, like I tell people, I do this also for you guys are like a psychiatrist or a therapist, like inadvertently, or there's another word for it. I can't think of it right now, but um, I get to share my story. That's what you go to therapists, right? For I haven't been to one for a long time, and when I did, I lied to them all the time. Um, but this is what people go to therapy for, so they can talk and get shit out and vent and share things that they need to get off their chest and stuff. And that's what I do with this podcast. So not only is it to help other people in the future, or for somebody right now to see where I've come from in my journey, but it also helps me because I get to talk with you and I get to spend time with my friends. Like last night was really fun. We had Joelle on here, Pansy, Nicole. Um, there's a few people on here. Danny Ann's always on here. Hey, Alyssa, how are you? Fellow Arch member. Fantastic. Thank you for tuning in. That's great. But yeah, so this is kind of like free therapy. I don't have to pay for it. I'm not court ordered or anything, but I get to share my life and get things out of my head that might be stuck up there. And I feel really, some of these challenges on this mountain that I'm climbing. Sometimes when it gets really windy and rainy on the mountain, I need this. This will keep me going because I've made commitments to these. At least I made the commitments to the 5 days a week and once on a weekend, which is going to be the Lions Den with Jesse Stanton. He's going to be my first guest. It was his idea. Thank Jesse for that one. And this is the way it clears my mind a lot because then I can vocalize stuff. Because if I was just sitting here by myself with shit trapped in my head, then I get the negative thoughts, or some people call it the devil's whisper. Here I get to share it and get it out and process it a little bit, and that's what people go to therapy for, right? Yeah, a couple steps back, exactly. But people pay like hundreds and or like I don't know, $150 an hour for talking, being able to sit there and talk to people, and if you're ever been to a therapist or psychiatrist, they really don't say anything. You just sit there and talk, and then they give you a little bit of feedback. Like Dustin, he just gave me an amazing feedback. That's something like the psychiatrist or therapist would say to you. So you see how this is working for me, right? Thank you, Dustin. I can't wait to try out the direct to agent. Oh, that's another thing. I want to keep on promoting my friends down here, like Dustin Reyna. Anybody in the future watching this, Unapologetic Results. It's the best CRM there is. It's the most advanced one there is. It's loaded with AI. They got the new direct to agent bill going out, plus the Unapologetic Results calculator. You really got to check that out. Dustin, why don't you drop the link in the chat for people in the future or right now, because there's only a couple of people. But Alyssa's a team member. We're gonna have to connect, Alyssa. I don't know if you're still viewing, but yeah. So this is why I do this. It helps me. Maybe helps somebody in the future. Shares my vision. Shares my story. There he goes. So yeah, it's this is good. This is what I wanted to happen because I haven't been sleeping. I've been anxious, and I really need to get that job tomorrow so I can pay my bills. My W-2. I gotta have a W-2. I mean, so many students have helped me out financially to get to Florida, to be here, and I was one of the greatest things was going to that Dealmaker event. Man, it was such an amazing event. I would have never met Sam. I wouldn't be on his team Arch now if it wasn't for that. Oh wow, see, there's so many people telling me I didn't even know they were watching. Like Mike Munson, he's been telling me he's been. Oh, you followed me back on the Starbucks? Wow, that's pretty cool. Thank you. I loved working at Starbucks. I mean, I wasn't working there, but that was great. That was great. Free coffee all day, and they let me do my podcast. And there was, it was cool. They all knew my name there. Yeah, it's at a health club tomorrow morning. My very first sub two student friend, Christina, and her husband. I met them last year at the Clever Summit, where I volunteered for that. I'm telling you, people, that's the biggest hack. If you see an event and it's real estate or any kind of things, they need volunteers. Get in touch with them, volunteer, get you a free ride into an event. That Clever Summit. I think general admission was like 2,500 or something, 3,000. Uh, Dealmaker was about the same thing, and you get full. I got full access to both of them. I got to network and be in the room. Proximity is power. Is when you're in those rooms. Dustin knows about it. He's a member of the boardroom, right? You know, those are the events you got to be at. You got to network those people. You got to build connections, and that's what Sam told me. He said when I was telling him about before he let me into Arch, um, I said when I was at Dealmaker, there was people I failed to connect with because I was so starstruck with all the people I'd been looking up to for the last year on this journey, um, that I didn't connect with everybody I should have. And I was kind of all like kid in a candy shop. Who do I go talk to? And then each time I had to meet them like for the first time in person, like Keston Glasgow, he is a beast. Dude is like freaking ripped. But he's Keston. He's got that mindset. First time we had our interaction in one of the daily dials a while back in sub two, he lit me up because I was struggling with some mindset and stuff, and he's not gonna pull any punches on you. Um, so, but hey, man, how are you? Good night or good evening. Um, but that's what you got to do. You got to be proximity is power in those when you attend those masterminds, and that's why they're called masterminds because you have people with the mindset and the power and the area, the affluence you want to be. Yep, just get invited and chill in the green rooms. There were so many people that did that at the Dealmaker. There was two students that I met out there, Mo Amin and Tony Gallardo. They're like, the first wave of sub two. Like they've been there for 2 years. They didn't even come in and listen to the speakers. They weren't there for that. They were for just like what Dustin said, to network, to build relationships. What Sam told me, the one thing that's always going to stick with me forevermore, he says, brother, it's all this game is about, relationships. That's all it is. And Daniel Quijano was saying that, and let me see if I got that on here. Let me get that real quick. Where was it? I know I had it. I was just watching it like 10 minutes ago. Daniel. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Daniel Quijano added me as a friend yesterday, requested my friendship. And then last week I had Benson. Benson requested my friendship. Is that weird or what? 10 quality relationships versus 100 subpar. It doesn't rely. Yeah, exactly. Where is this? See, I didn't even pick up my phone today. Oh, here it is.
It's not what you know, it's who you know. How many of you guys went and bought a book, went to a course, read something online, but what happens? Questions arise. And who do you ask the question to? Here's the power of getting in the right circles. Here's the power of getting in the right room. Because when you find yourself in the right room, you find the answers. And that's what you need. You can learn more in a 5-minute conversation with the right person than you can trying to figure it out yourself. Don't go this alone. You might be in business for yourself, but don't be in business by yourself. The power of getting in the right rooms and surrounding yourself with the right people will change your life. It's not what you know, it's who you know. How many of you guys went and bought a book, went to a course, read?
See? Exactly what we're talking about, what Dustin's talking about. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That's it. It really is. And because that'll take you further more than anywhere else. Because, like he says, 100 subpar relationships, great. You're friends, yeah. You like each other. You can commiserate. But are they going to help you make money? Are they going to help you build your business? Are they going to give you the strategies that need, or are they going to be able to help you? Not really, because they're, like he says, subpar, you know? And yeah, listen, it's so true. Absolutely. So proximity is power. And, by doing this podcast, I've, I've, I've set myself apart. Like Matt Munson was telling me last night. He's like, he said, Larry, he goes, honestly, I've been in sub two for over a year. He's one of the best closers. That's what Samsung said. And he goes, I can't think of anybody more consistent in all of sub two, except for Pace Warby than me. And I'm like, what? Come on, no. He said, dude, you're out there every day. You put yourself out there. You're consistent. You're always on. You're taking action. And it's like you planted a seed. I'm just starting to bloom. I'm starting to grow, but I've been watering it every day, watering by being consistent. Not, when you don't water the plant for 4 or 5 days, it's bad. But I've been pouring into it every day, pouring into it, building relationships with people every single day, getting myself out there, being consistent. Yeah, so like in Discord for Team March. Yeah, Tyler Townsley, Marlin. I was sitting with them. I had Tyler Townsley right behind me, and I was like, they're like, "Don't you know that's the Bachelor?" They're like, "What? No." um, yeah, yeah, Sean Whalen, Ed Milet. Ooh, Ed Milet, it's got to be dope. Um, it doesn't happen overnight. Exactly, it's a compounding effect, like you said. And what did Albert Einstein saying about compound? Compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. Thank you, Andrew. I met Andrew at Clever, right? Wasn't that where we met Andrew? I'm pretty sure it was. I'm not sure, maybe sure, but I know your name. My pitch is coming, huh? Keeps taking swings. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's about doing the right things, taking the actions, being consistent, failing forward, making mistakes. I still make a lot of mistakes. Like I had a really good afternoon in Discord today, but it was good that I do that because I got a lot of great feedback. I was talking too much to the agents. I was vomiting on them, and I didn't follow the 70-30 rule. Um, yeah. Oh man, Med Milet, I would love that. I haven't finished this book. I still got the power. It's sitting on a shelf behind me. I think I might start reading that again tomorrow. But it's just about being consistent. So I think I'm going to do this every night because I've had some good turnouts and this has really been great. But I do got to get up early. I'm just going to do. I think I'm going to do either 11:30 or midnight, just depending on what happens with when I get the job tomorrow. Because I'm going to get that job tomorrow. Fuck that smoke shop. I didn't even want to work there anyways. I didn't need to be around that kratom and kava shit. And, all it took was for one bad day to go try some of that kratom. I'm like, well, fuck it, here, give me some of that kratom shit. And then I try that. I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm off to the races again. I don't want to ever go back to the races. 13 months and 2 weeks, and I'm clean now. So I'm never going back. Plus, I need to work out. I actually just canceled my Planet Fitness membership like a few days ago because there's none close by me here. And if I wanted to go take like 30 minutes on the bus to get there, and 30 minutes, and the buses are really sketchy out here. Like literally only 30 minutes, and sometimes they just drive right past you. You're standing right there like, what the fuck? And at least in Vegas, they stopped at every stop, even if it were just a homeless guy just sitting there nodding off, they stopped. You good? And they're like, yeah, good. So, but yeah, the buses here is real sketchy. So, but pretty soon I won't need a bus because I'm gonna get me a couple deals and give me a car. I'm not gonna buy a car. I'm gonna maybe get a Turo or something, and then I'll rent it off myself when I want to, something like that. But take action on every chapter. Okay. Never read cover to cover without action. One chapter with action is better all day. I love that. Love that. Um, yeah, Jillian, my friend, she just messaged. She says she's about to go to sleep. It's funny. I hear it on the computer before I hear it on the cell phone. Like I knew she was gonna go ding there. All right, get some sleep. I'm glad you got your job today. I'm gonna get my job tomorrow. Congratulations. But yeah, versus shelf help. Shelf. I like that shelf help with no action. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So all right, guys, it's 12:39. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. That was really great again. I think this is amazing. You know, the last night and tonight, the feedback and the education and the sharing. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you, Alyssa, and thank you everybody else. Uh, God bless you. Have a great night. Sweet dreams. I'll see you tomorrow. Larry the Lion.